What up from Rome? Sorry, I just woke up. It's actually day 3 or morning 3, but I'm gonna do the day 2 recap real quick so I can get this posted. First, a couple things I forgot from day 1. First of all, anyone at GoX, when Kevin comes back, make sure you give him shit, because this man traveled to Rome for a week carrying a bag no bigger than a purse with 3 pairs of socks in it, a toothbrush, and some like phone chargers. That's it. So make sure you give him shit. I don't know how he survived. I brought like 2 big ass bags, like 50 pounds each. All kinds of outfits and electronic stuff, and this man's got a man purse with socks in it. So make sure you guys give him a hard time about that. Also, totally forgot, all the bathrooms here have bidets. Yes, we have a house full of very clean buttholes. Yeah, it's pretty nice, not gonna lie.
Very
all right,
nice.
Day 2. Yeah, the morning started off a little bit rough for me. We took the bus, and the drivers here, I mean, they're so crazy. I mean, the way they drive here is nuts. So every time the bus driver stepped on the gas or stepped on the brake, it was like they were slamming on either. So I had to like dig my feet in real hard to like keep my balance. And the neuropathy in my feet just got agitated like I've never felt before. Like walking on my feet does agitate the neuropathy a little bit, and I get some minor irritation or pain, but this was really bad. After, I don't even know, maybe 25 minutes, my feet were killing me. So I ended up eating like 1,200 milligrams of Tylenol to get some relief. And same problem with the train too. And boy, I've seen some packed trains. You know, I've taken a train to and from Chicago, you know, more than once. I have never seen anything like this. We were literally packed in like sardines. Like there was no room to walk anywhere. I don't know how. Every time we got to a new train station, I was like, there's no way anyone's gonna fit in this train. There's no way. And somehow 5 more people would get in. And then the next stop, 10 more people. And you just felt as everyone just got squished together more. And yeah, same problem with the neuropathy. Actually, probably worse on the train. Because at least on the bus, I could kind of spread my feet a little bit and have a wider stance and take some of the pressure off. But the train, I was just like completely no room. Like people were leaning on me. It was that close. So yeah, I had to plant my feet real hard for the train, and again, it was brutal. It was killing me. I had to take several breaks to let my feet rest because the neuropathy it felt like the bottoms of my feet were on fire. It was bad. When we got off the train at the Coliseum, we sat down for, I don't know, I want to say probably like 20-25 minutes to let my feet kind of rest. And then we got up and we went up to see the Coliseum. And yeah, when I first saw it, I was just in awe. Like, it's huge. Like, it's just massive. And then one of the first things I noticed was there was a large arch, which in ancient times the Romans built these arches to commemorate like important events, usually victories over certain enemies or whatever. And I knew the only one that was close to the Coliseum, I didn't know how close. I mean, it's literally right next to the Coliseum. Like, you could walk to the Arch of Constantine in less than like 2 minutes from the arch, or from the Coliseum. So I was in awe by that. I knew it was the Arch of Constantine. I knew it had to be, but I didn't realize how close it was to the Coliseum. That was a trip. So I got a lot of good video of that too, or video and pictures. That was super cool. Then we kind of walked around the Coliseum on the outside for a little bit just to check it out because our guided tour wasn't for a few hours. Then we went to the meeting spot for the guided tour, and there's these guys that just walk around and constantly try to sell you bottles of water. I don't know how many times I said no to the same dude with the same 2 bottles of water. It was getting really frustrating. And then poor Maya, she was the first one, but it happened to me too. But she bought one of the waters, and the guy said one euro, so she gives him I think it was €5, and he just takes her money, hands her a bottle of water, and walks off. And she's like, "Hey, what the heck? Where's my change?" So he hands her the other bottle of water and just keeps walking. I thought Maya was gonna kill this dude. So yeah, the street hustle out here is real. What happened to me was this guy came up to me and he was like, asked me if I was from the United States. I said, yeah. He's like, oh, you like Africa? I said, yeah, I don't mind Africa. Like, Africa's a cool place, like, whatever. And he started whipping out these bracelets. I mean, they were kind of cool, but I mean, they're just cheap bracelets that, handmade or whatever. He puts one on my wrist and then hands me like, I don't know, like 5 more. And he's like €20. I'm like, what? And he's like, €20. So I was like, all right, whatever, like €20, whatever, no big deal. So I give him €20. And I think I made the mistake of, like, when I pulled out my wallet, I had probably like €300 in my wallet. So he noticed, of course, and he's like, oh, 50 euros. So I'm like, wait, what? You said 20. So I give him the 50, expecting to get the 20 back at least. And he takes the 50 and freaking walks off. So I paid €70 for like 5 little bracelets that probably costed like €3 to make. So yeah, the street hustle is real out here. After that, I was like, all right, if anyone comes talks to me, I'm just ignoring them from now on. Like, that was ridiculous, but it is what it is. Finally met up with our guided tour. We had a problem before I left the United States. We had a problem with the app we use called Viator to buy all our guided tours, and the Coliseum one, I ended up messing up because I bought my buddies tickets for them, and then they paid me back, and I accidentally booked 2 of them for a Spanish tour, and it was my buddy from Australia and Canada, who they obviously don't speak Spanish, so I had to try to fix it. But the Coliseum is so packed that they couldn't get us all in the same tour. They managed to switch their tour to English, but basically we ran in 2 separate groups for the Coliseum tour, which was unfortunate, but there was nothing to be done about it. So I ended up going with my cousin, Jake and Maya, and Fred. And then the other group was Kevin Downing, my buddy Craig from Australia, and my buddy Kurt from Canada. And everyone had a good time. I was like a kid in the freaking toy store, just like everywhere. I was just walking around looking at everything. I separated from the tour like, I don't know, 40 times, 50 times. Like, everyone kept telling me they would like turn around. I was there 1 minute and they turned around and I was just gone. They just couldn't find me. And then they would like look around and I would be like off in some corner, like staring at the marble and staring at the wall, taking video or picture, just like completely in my own world. It felt a little bad because everyone took pictures of like themselves in the Coliseum or other people in the group of the Coliseum, and I was just like in awe. I took video of the Coliseum mostly. I'll post that here soon. I didn't take any pictures of anyone or even myself. So I felt really bad about that. Like once we were done with the tour and I realized, I started going through the pictures, I was like, oh crap. and the tour guide. I mean, he was a very knowledgeable dude, but I already knew most of what he was talking about. And I just, I learned a couple things, but I basically didn't pay attention to him for like the whole tour. I was just off in my own world, like wandering around and checking everything out. The scale of the Coliseum is incredible. It's massive. And one of the craziest things that you learn, I already knew, I didn't know how much, but I already knew that the original Coliseum was actually destroyed in an earthquake. So the Coliseum was rebuilt 73% smaller than the original. So what you actually see in current day Rome is the small version of the Coliseum, and the small version used to seat 80,000 people. Just a massive structure. One of the cool things I did learn is the way the Romans designed the stairs. They had them, if you're going up, they're sloped up, so they're kind of harder to walk up, but it's easier to evacuate when they have to evacuate the Coliseum. They could evacuate 80,000 people in 15 minutes because the stairs are sloped downwards. So you can travel down the stairs really fast. It was actually, for me, it was kind of hard to keep my balance on them going down because I just wanted to like fly down the stairs. It was so sloped. So that was pretty interesting. We also went to the Forum, the Roman Forum, which was super cool. It's basically where like most of like the government buildings and like the temples and all that stuff were in ancient time. And actually I got a picture of it. I'll make sure I tag it. But there's one specific hill that the original building built in Rome, the original governmental building when they founded Rome, was built on, and it's still standing. It's been obviously, redone several times. And one of the funny things about our tour guide is he talked about, all the buildings and structures and roads and everything in Rome were kind of weren't necessarily like rebuilt like as we think about it, like we tear it down. Nowadays we'll tear a structure down and rebuild it. They just built on top of it. So he called it lasagna. And you could see it. There was parts where you'd walk by and you could see the different layers of the roads where they just put a road on top of a road on top of a road on top of a road, and you could see the like different centuries that the roads were built. It was pretty interesting. But a lot of the buildings were like that too. And the one temple that sits on the hill that where Rome was founded, you could tell it was the same thing. The lower part was clearly built a long time before the upper parts, which was super cool. Got to see the Arch of Julius Caesar when he defeated and conquered what was then called Gaul. It's France nowadays, but I had no idea that that arch was still standing, but it does. It stands. It sits in the Roman Forum. It's like one of the first things you see. It was incredible. One of the other cool things we saw was where Julius Caesar was cremated after he was assassinated. The like thing they used to cremate his body still there, and it's got a sign that says you can't take any of the ashes or dirt around it. It's a 5-year jail sentence if you try. That was pretty interesting. I had no idea about that. The Roman Forum was actually a big surprise for me. Like almost all of it. Some of it I knew about, but almost all of it was a surprise. So the tour was great. Yeah, I can't say enough about the Roman Forum. I got a lot of good pictures and a few videos of the Roman Forum. There was one large section of the Roman Forum. I was taking so many pictures, and of course it's hot out. My camera overheated, so I missed like a whole section that I couldn't get any pictures. Then we had lunch at this little cafe, this little restaurant right up the street from the Coliseum. It was like a 5-star restaurant. It was amazing. Every day I had the sea bass. Jake and Maya had ravioli. My cousin is a dingleberry and just had bread and butter. But all of it was amazing, and we had desserts that were phenomenal. And it was actually pretty cheap, compared to what we would pay later. You guys have fun in the United States, so absolutely phenomenal. And then after that it was late. Everyone was tired from the heat, so we came home and we had kind of like family dinner like we did the first night. Jake, I know Jake got a bunch of video on his fancy camera of the family dinners we made, and we all 8 of us sat around this table set up to have in the basement apartment, and we just joked and talked and made fun of each other and stuff. So when Jake gets those videos edited and posted, I'll make sure to grab them and post them as well. It was a lot of fun. We did that day one as well. After I made my day one recap video, we all had dinner, and my cousin made like a kind of like a spaghetti, and Jake made bruschetta, and I ate like 3 packages of salami. The salami is so good out here. It's phenomenal. Like I can't get over it. Like I've just been eating salami out of the pack. Yeah, and then we went to bed. Day 3 starts here pretty soon. It's early morning. Jake, Maya, and Shane are gonna take the bus to this little cafe we hit when I got off the bus. I needed a break from the neuropathy, and thankfully we stopped at this bus stop that there was a little coffee shop cafe, and we tried it. The donut there was freaking amazing. It was so good, but they all had coffee because I don't drink coffee, and apparently it was super good, so they want to go back. So they're getting up earlier. They're going to take the bus down to that cafe, and then the rest of us are going to Uber into Rome here soon, do a little shopping and a little exploring. We're going to go see where Julius Caesar was actually assassinated. It's still standing. And then we got the Vatican today, so we got some tours for that later. So that'll be pretty cool. All right, that's it. That's day 2 and day 1 recap. Yeah, take it easy, and we'll see you after day 3.